Good afternoon, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with A Trumpet for My People. Today is December 30th, 2021, and I want to go over with you signs that we have starting on January 3rd all the way up to January 11. We have an amazing list of signs. There's signs every day between January 3rd and January 11, and I want to just go over with you all of these things that we have been watching over the last couple weeks and put this together for you in a very quick and easy fashion for you to be able to follow along with all of the signs that we are watching. January 3rd, 2022 begins with the perihelion of Comet Leonard. Very important day, as Comet Leonard is closest to the Sun, and this comet was also found on January 3rd, 2021. So this is exactly 1 year to the day from the founding of Comet Leonard. And on this day also, there's a very interesting sign in the heavens that Brother Aaron has shared on his channel, Got a Minute channel. We have the sign of the cross in the sun as the head, the moon and Venus as the cross beam. Then we have Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter down below, all forming a cross in the heavens on this very important day. Let's say this is a beginning day of what could be our final signs leading up to this final week that we're watching. So many things that we need to consider at the beginning of January. The next thing I want to share with you is that on January 4th we have the new moon on the Hebrew and the Torah calendars. This is the new moon of the 11th month, the month of Shavat. And between January 4th and January 5th, then we have the new moon that is going to be coming, marking the beginning of the new month. January 4th is the vaccination deadline that was set going back to August and October, as they were watching and looking to implement vaccine mandates. The mandates were put on hold until January 4th. So there's a uniform vaccination deadline on January 4th. Very important deadline that is coming up with everything else we're watching here. Another very big sign that is coming with all of this is that on January 5th, they are going to be switching on the 5G towers, and this is a very dangerous moment. They've talked about the possible dangers within the aviation industry. This could be something that they need to pay careful attention to, and could bring about aviation disasters, and so we need to consider this. Then we have on January 6th, very interesting detail here that we've shared is that January 6th is not only the day of the Epiphany, but it's also 666 days from the coronavirus pandemic that was declared on March 11th, 2020. So we have the Clade X exercise that happened together with the Israel's 70th birthday. 666 days later was the coronavirus pandemic by the World Health Organization, and then we have another 666 days that brings us to the day of the Epiphany on January 6th. Okay, and the day of the Epiphany may be the connection to Antiochus Epiphanes, who was named himself the Epiphany, Antiochus the Epiphany, which means the manifestation of God. January 6th is also the 1 year anniversary of the insurrection, the siege that took place on the White House. Remember, on January 6th, Satan came into the halls of Congress through this shaman in goat horns on this day, so this could be a representation of what is to come, January 6th. Another interesting detail that we have watched and have been following is the fact that exactly 40 years from January 6th, 2022, on January 6th, 1982, Ron Wyatt found the Ark of the Covenant with the 10 Commandments. 40 years to the day. January 7th is Christmas in the Eastern countries on the Julian calendar. Christmas in Russia, Christmas in Ukraine. Barack Obama said he would win the war on Christmas. This is connected to the Epiphany and winning the war on Christmas. Very interesting details. And then together with what we were watching on January 4th, they have set January 7th to be the day that the Supreme Court will hear arguments over vaccine mandates. So we're right in the middle of this push to mandate the vaccines, which is contrary to the freedoms granted to the American people through the Constitution, but they are pushing the vaccine mandates anyway, and so this is going to be seen and heard by the Supreme Court on January 7th. Okay, now I shared this detail with you a couple days ago, but there's another very interesting piece of information that goes together with this. It says in Haggai 2:23 that Zerubbabel was chosen as God's signet ring. Zerubbabel, God's signet ring, or God's sign. Zerubbabel in the Strongs is 22:16 and 22:17. If we look at that as dates, it could be seen as January 6th, 2022 and January 7th, 2022. And here is an interesting detail that goes together with this. Look at the number of Zerubbabel. 22:16. Okay? Now look at this. 22:16. Revelation 22:16. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. Now, how does this connect to Zerubbabel? January 6th, January 7th. Strong's 22:16 connecting us to Revelation 22:16 and Venus as the bright morning star. Well, Venus is transitioning into the bright morning star exactly on January 8th, 2022. So we have the sign of Zerubbabel, 22:16, 22:17, connecting us to Revelation 22:16, which is I am the bright morning star, and exactly in the same time period between January 6th, 7th, and 8th, Venus is becoming the bright morning star through this inferior conjunction that is taking place. And what is going to be happening then on January 8th is that the sun is located right next to Venus, and the sun will cross the path of Venus between January 8th and January 9th. And so Venus then will switch from being an evening star to becoming a morning star between January 8th and January 9th. Now, the other very important sign is that this is happening in Sagittarius, where there's a rider on a white horse. He's got a bow and he's got a crown. Okay, and just as it says, the first seal of Revelation, the first horse of the apocalypse, I saw and behold a white horse. He that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay, we remember that Jesus in Revelation chapter 19, when Jesus comes on the white horse, he doesn't have a bow. He has a sword in his mouth. Okay, so this is not the representation of Jesus. This is the representation of the coming of the Antichrist. Another reason why Barack Obama received his presidential nomination at the altar of Zeus at Denver Broncos Stadium, and in the middle of the stadium and above the stage was this white horse. Okay, that they got the altar of Zeus and then the white horse above it. It's the sign of the Antichrist. Well, here on January 8th, then we have this sign that is taking place. Now, the other thing that we have been watching leading to January 8th is that from Israel's 70th birthday, May 14th, 2018, it's 1,335 days. We have the sign of the 1260 days, which was the day of the flood. October 24th was Chesvan 17, the day of the flood. On day 1290, it was the beginning of the Omicron variant. The 24th day of November was the first day that was mentioned and revealed to the world. And then, so the next day in this process, and the Bible mentions, blessed is he who waits, and comes to the 1,335 days. So we have one of the most important key markers in all of end time prophecy, which is the 70 years of Israel plus 1,335 days to January 8th, 2022. From the coronavirus U.S. national emergency declaration made by Donald Trump on March 13th, 2020, it is 666 days to January 8th, 2022. And together with the 1,335 days, and together with Venus as the bright morning star on January 8th, it's the 2,300 days from September 23rd, 2015, when Barack Obama was with Pope Francis at the White House on the Day of Atonement during the week of the final blood moon of the 2014-2015 tetrad. Day of Atonement, September 23rd, 2015, Barack Obama together with Pope Francis, a host given unto him for 2,300 days, brings us to January 8th, 2022. On January 8th, 2002, 20 years ago, no child left behind. 20 years. No child left behind. Then we have this very interesting piece of information about the gates of hell that were opened in Rome, Italy on October 15th, 2021. They are closing this exhibition on January 9th, 2022. The total days of this exhibition being opened is 86 days from October 15th through January 9th, and 86 in the Greek concordance is the number of Hades. 86 in the Greek concordance is Hades. So from October 15th to January 9th, 2022, it's 86 days, and 86 is the number of Hades. Now, this is a very interesting piece of information that we have shared with you from September 11th, 2001. Remember, we just saw the No Child Left Behind 20 years, exactly from January 8th, 2002 to January 8th, 2022. 20 years. The number 20 in the Bible is the number of expectancy. It's the number of redemption. And 20 is the number of palm. Palm. And as in the triumphal entry, the palm branches, Palm Sunday. Well, from September 11th, 2001, we have 20 years. And bringing us to September 11th, 2021, and this was the exact day that the beginning of the shaking took place on La Palma. 20 is the number of palm, and the shaking began on La Palma Island on September 11th with all of the earthquakes that began on that day. Then from there we have 120 more days, bringing us to January 9th, 2022. And so what we have then from September 11th, 2001, which was 9/11, bringing us to January 9th, 2022, January 9th is also 11/9, because January is the true 11th month, December is the 10th month, January is the 11th month, the 9th day of the 11th month. So we have 20 years and 120 days from 9/11 to 1/19, and 20 is the number of redemption, expectancy, and palm, and 120 is a divine waiting period, end of all flesh, or the end of mankind. Then this very interesting detail that is connecting us to, once again, President Obama from January 9th, 2022, going back 911 days, July 13th, 2019, Hurricane Barry was exactly 911 days before January 9th, 2022. And going back 911 weeks to the day is the exact day that Barack Obama made his speech and was introduced on the world stage July 27th, 2004 at the Democratic National Convention. So 911 weeks to the presentation of Obama to the world, and 911 days taking us back to Hurricane Barry. A couple more things here before we close, just to give you an understanding of the importance of this time frame. January 10th, 1920 was the founding of the League of Nations. So this is the organization that came into play before the United Nations. The League of Nations was the first time they began forming a world government, and this was to avoid future wars and to guarantee the nation's peace and security. When they say peace and security, sudden destruction. So January 10th was the day that the League of Nations was formed. And then we have the farewell speech of Barack Obama, when he said, "I will be here for you all. I will be here for the rest of my days. I will return, and I will come back from the sidelines." And then he closed his speech out and said, "Yes, we can. Yes, we did. Yes, we can." This was January 10th, 2017. 5 years. Now, this is quite interesting how this ties right here together at the end, that Venus becoming the bright morning star starting on January 8th, when it has its transition and the inferior conjunction of Venus on January 8th, around January 11th, the bright planet Venus will begin to emerge from the glow of dawn about 30 minutes before sunrise, and will begin appearing above the east-southeastern horizon before morning twilight begins around January 15th. So we have this time frame where January 11th, the bright morning star is going to be emerging, visible to the world. And this could be closing out this series of signs with the exact sign, the most important sign, right here as Venus becomes the bright morning star on January 11th. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. So remember what we had said about Zerubbabel being the sign of God, God's signet ring. Zerubbabel 22:16 and 22:17. The exact two verses in Revelation 22:16 and 22:17. I, Jesus, have sent my angel to give you this testimony for the churches. I am the root and the offspring of David and the bright morning star. The Spirit and the bride say, "Come." And let the one who hears say, "Come." Let the one who is thirsty come, and let the one who wishes take the free gift of the water of life. And here we have this amazing series of signs leading us through January 8th, the transition of Venus becoming the bright morning star, taking us through January 11th, January 12th, and the possibility of this being the final sign in this great series of signs. Jesus as the bright morning star, the Spirit and the bride say, "Come." So this is what I wanted to share with you. I pray you are encouraged and blessed today. Please leave your comments if you have any more and new information about this time frame. Have a wonderful day. This is Steve Fletcher with the Trumpet for My People, the sign of His coming revealed.